All right, welcome to the channel. I want to go ahead and get straight into the topic. Rick Carlisle has kind of went AWOL, like not really went AWOL. He went full white supremacy. He's starting to try to get it where everybody's supposed to like ban against Lavar Ball. And Lavar hasn't really gone that far. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gone kind of far. He had, has his moments, but at the end of the day, he shouldn't be ganged up on. Like he said a few things about Luke Walton being too young to coach a team, saying the Lakers don't really want to play for him and things like that. But that's as far as he's gone. Like that's criticizing Luke Walton publicly. It's pretty much the worst thing that he's done. And now there's this whole movement, like people are calling him misogynist. That not related to this situation, but it's connected because like a lot of interviewers are saying that they're not going to interview Lavar because he's a misogynist, or there was another another reporter saying that they're not going to report on Lavar because of what he said to LeBron. And there's this whole like thing where they're saying basically that we need to use our power. We need to all work together to make sure that we block Lavar Ball out of the media. And it's not going to work because, for one, you got social media and things like that. I don't know if they're trying to slight us because we're going to report on what he does anyway. But at the end of the day, they shouldn't all be trying to work together. That's the system of white supremacy right there. Like all the white people blowing things out of proportion as far as what, not all of the white people, but enough white people who are white supremacists, they blow stuff out of proportion, and then they secretly kind of throw codes out there, code words, like Rick Carlisle called Lavar Ball, saying what he said about Luke Walton. He said it's ignorant, and then he calls Lavar Ball a loudmouth. And we all know those words are like historically like code words for black people. It's almost like calling a black person the N-word at that point. You know what I'm saying? So he's throwing that out there, and it kind of gets in everybody's ear, and then they all kind of start working together to slowly gang up on, that one black person who has no real power anyway. And that's the problem with this situation, because Rick Carlisle is also the president of the coaching association for the NBA. So he has a lot of NBA coaches underneath him, like under his direct influence, so it's really like him being this upset when Lavar Ball didn't say anything directly to him, and Luke Walton's not that upset, makes it where it's like it's weird, and it's almost like a threat to LaMelo and Jello. Like, we're not going to let you guys in. We're not going to let you guys in the league because of your father. And it just, that's how things work out. At the end of the day, it's like when you're black, it's like, well, that's tough. That's just your lesson. You shouldn't, your father did it, and it's just one of those things. That's how it happens, But so basically, it's a threat to LaMelo and Jello, especially Jello, because he's coming in directly after all this year. All this media, this firestorm that's about to happen. He's going to be the next one to come into the league or try to get into the league, and it's going to be easy to blackball him. So it's almost like at this point, even going overseas for him can be a waste of time. If you already have these coaches talking like that, it's almost like a waste of time. Maybe Melo might get in, but I'm starting to think that maybe it might be a tragic story of both of them getting, blackballed out. Like, we just don't want to deal with your dad, and that's a sad thing. It's just sad because these kids are working their whole lives, and everybody has this opinion about Jello's game and things like that. Before he even gets to play, he really hasn't even got to prove himself. He's proven himself up to this point. If you really think about his high school career, how good he was the main scorer, the best scorer on like the best, highest ranked team in the country, and he won the state title the year before that, and he's up against stiff competition. Um, I seen, like, I was looking at his older games the other day, and like the year where they were all three on the basketball team, they played against R.J. Barrett, and R.J. Barrett's the number one player in the country, and Jello outscored R.J. And Jello was a junior and RJ was a sophomore. He was the number one ranked sophomore, and Jello's not ranked. He barely has a rank. He doesn't even have a ranking in the top like 100. And RJ Barrett, his specialty is scoring, but he outscored him. At least I believe he outscored him. It looked like he outscored him based off of the replay of the video. You know what I'm saying? The highlights. I didn't actually look at the stats on the game. I know they both were like really, lighting it up, mainly Jello, but the point is that he doesn't get his just due, and he really needs people to kind of like just give him a chance, and this is not really going to look good for him, at this point in time. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I think this it's racist, like it's one of those things where it's not racism directly, where he's calling Lavar the N-word and coming at him, but just the idea that he's trying to get everybody, to kind of, he's basically shaming ESPN to, blackball Lavar, don't interview him, and you got all these other reporters talking about, we're not going to talk about Lavar anymore, and and he's also talking about the coaches are angry, and all these other coaches are talking to him, and he's like trying to get all these people together against this one powerless black person. That's racism right there, because what has he done? Has he really done anything? Like, there's a lot of people that have done a lot of worse things in sports, maybe not even in the NBA, but I'd be thinking about like those college coaches that be like molesting kids and things like that. Yeah, that college coach that was like molesting all those kids, that Sandusky guy. Like, I don't remember him getting this much, people against him, like public figures, and people were reporters, and like, what I'm saying, they just reported what he did and, moved on. You didn't have all these people that banned against him. If anything, there was a lot of people that went with him, and he did something far worse than LeVar Ball has ever done, and there's just there's athletes like Ben Roethlisberger who got accused of rape, and they just kind of swept that under the rug. But, are there people sitting up there trying to not interview him, or reporters saying, well, we're not going to interview that guy? No. I mean, I'm just saying that there's a lot of other people who have done way worse, and nobody does anything, but LeVar Ball, it's like, hey, we're not going to interview him anymore. Let's blackball that guy. Let's all stand together. It's unfair, man. And hopefully this doesn't, which I think it will, hopefully this doesn't affect LaMelo and Jello. I'm going to go ahead and say just LaMelo, because Jello, this is going to affect him. Like, there's no hope in, like, this is, what I'm saying? Like, his best hope was UCLA, and at this point, yeah, I don't know. But I hope that they both make it to the pros, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got, though.